Well, in previous videos, we've discussed age verification laws, online internet bills, but today we're going to switch gears over to a youth crime bill that one particular country has been trying to push for quite some time now, which would give limitations to the internet for youths. In other words, they would have, they wouldn't be able to use the internet. In other words, the internet would be censored to them, which would, in a way, would expand to everyone in this in that particular country because of the way it's vaguely written. Because this is a country that, in one point, has gone through fascism and could be headed in that direction again. Because the thing about it is that you have people who love the fascism, who want to basically they want to return back to those days because they don't understand what fascism is. They call themselves anti-fascists, but they're really truly fascist because of what they want. You have to think of the things that they want. So let's take a trip over to Italia.
Oh, I see nothing. I was not here. I did not even get up this morning.
When everything breaks at the seams and you feel like you're losing belief. Damn it, you just gotta stay strong when it all falls apart and goes wrong. When you feel let down and so lost, and it feels like you can't hold on. Well, damn it, you just gotta stay strong, 'cause sometimes things go wrong, and one day everything's gone, but you can make it out and move on. So damn it, you just gotta stay strong.
Well, let's get right into it. Out of XBiz. Italian government pulls back on controversial anti-porn language in youth crime bill. The far-right administration of the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has reportedly pulled back from the anti-porn language that has been inserted into the controversial youth crime executive order, which was fast-tracked after the media sensationalized specific incidents of sexual assaults. According to the Italian news services ANSA, the Council of Ministers approved the executive decree delaying Meloni's initiatives to fight juvenile delinquency, and the final draft contained no restriction on minors' access to porn sites. Actually, this was more toward restricting them to the internet itself. Because if you go into it and read it properly, when it's translated from Italian to English, it's really more toward that they wanted to block minors from going on into the internet. Meloni's Minister for the Family, Birth Rate and Equal Opportunities, Eugenia Rochella, had pushed strongly for anti-porn language in the executive order, but flip-flopped in recent weeks on her reasoning. She said she believed that there was a cause and effect link between watching violent porn online and actual rape and sexual abuse, but also admitted that a direct cause link had not been proven. And as I said this many, many times, there has been no link. There's been no causal link. When you hear all these people spout out these, most of this comes from morality in media, a lot of the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, the Mormons, the radical Christians as well, that these groups, they come out with a lot of these pseudo-scientific papers that basically are not based on any fact. That they tell you that, oh yeah, the people being raped because of this and that and the other. But the thing about it is violence, and it's always going to be there. If you eliminate the porn, it doesn't stop the rape. It doesn't stop attack on women. It doesn't stop children being trafficked and used as prostitutes. It's still there. All you've done is eliminated a form of entertainment. That's all you've done. Go ahead and eliminate the action films. Go ahead and eliminate the horror films. But you haven't put a dent on the actual issue in itself, the crimes that people do. This is, you have to go after the groups, the officials, yes, the officials, because there are people in government that are responsible for this. And, you have to go after the cartels. You have to go after places like China, for example, that uses slaves. Same thing in Africa, and many other countries throughout the world. Even in this country, we have an issue. New York City, we've discussed this before. In Queens, in the middle of Queens, they got brothels working out in the open. Why hasn't NYPD gone in there and raided these places? Why haven't they? Because they are illegal immigrants, each one of them. This is why we have an illegal immigrant crisis. This is why Staten Island wants to succeed from New York City, because basically things are not being done. Let's continue on. Rochella is a polarizing right-wing politician and anti-abortion right crusader who has accused Italy anti-fascist movement of being a fascist against the right. Several members of the current government have been accused of outright fascist sympathies. In 2019, when she was the leader of the far-right Brothers of Italy party, now Prime Minister Meloni personally sponsored the political career of Giulio Cesare Mussolini, the great-grandson of the founder of Italy's historic fascist party. As a teenager, Meloni was an activist with the Movimento Sociale Italiano, now dissolved neo-fascist movement that was openly apologetic for former dictators Benito Mussolini's regime. And this is the thing. You got the great-grandson of Benito Mussolini who's trying to get into politics. He's trying to get into the, back right in where his great-grandfather had done. He wants to continue the situation that they did during the Second World War. These things haven't finished. These things, history continues to repeat itself. Back at the end of World War II, the Allies says, never again. We will never let this happen again. But I'm sorry to tell you, it's still happening. They said, we will never have a Holocaust again with the Jews, or something, but yet it's happening to the Uyghur Muslims. We've abolished slavery, but only in certain places. Slavery still exists heavily. Places like Africa and Asia, China, Russia. And the thing about it is, it feeds into the United States. But in a way, this is a good look that basically the crime bill has removed that segment that would have limited or completely banned youths from using the internet. And you may ask yourself, well, why would they want to do that? Well, simply is that they don't want people to educate themselves. See, the one thing about the internet, as much as they try to block things, the truth seeps out and goes right directly, because people, and this is what they talk about, misinformation. Oh yeah, this is misinformation, you can't prove. It's like, no, it's not misinformation, it's someone's opinion. Sometimes it has a good backing of scientific and history, because basically, you look at, and I have to laugh at this. I hear these days that they want to remove all carbon from the air. They remove carbon from the air. you remove all the carbon, what are we going to breathe? Because we need oxygen. Well, we mean the footprint. Says, what do you mean by that? See, the thing about it is, there are people who talk through their ass. Yes, I said it. They talk through their ass because they want to get political points. Or they want to push an agenda. And they do this by scaring people. Ooh, the boogeyman pornography. Get rid of it. It causes people to be, sex fiends and devils. Of course, it's because of.
Who could trick us into doing that? Could have been Satan.
And it causes rape and it causes this and that. But there's no scientific backing to that. There have been psychological studies, and I've posted this every time. This is the correct on there. People have mental issues. It's not caused by the porn. It's not caused by the music. It's not caused by the video games. It's not caused about violence on television or in the movies. Is people have emotional problems. Look at what's going on in Japan. And I said it's moving across the world. We have people who are just literally locked into their home and do not leave. They do not correspond with anyone. They stay on the internet and they read things on the internet, play video games, but other than that, they don't go shopping. They don't, they live on deliveries and fast food delivery, fast food. And in a lot of cases, they end up dying in their home because of health issues, or they finally commit suicide, and nobody knows that it happened, and it'd be weeks or a month before anyone figures out that somebody has died. But who am I to say about all this stuff but a man with the show?
Thanks for watching. Before you go, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and share this video. Also, if you haven't yet, please subscribe, as it helps us increase the reach of our channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have the ability to help fund this and many other channels. If you wish to help grow this channel by financial support, you have two ways. There are two links below. One link will send you to a direct pay site where you can make a donation. The second link will send you to our gear store where you can purchase t-shirts, mugs, and other specialty items. Any additional discounts will be listed on the main page. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.